Hello, YouTube, and how's it going today? We've got a story that's another slight against Sony, and a free game, so stick around to hear all about it. So, a PS5 game dev says Sony is removing its catalog and won't say why. Ukrainian developer Turnox Games said Sony refuses to listen to my arguments, or even respond to my emails in any way. It appears Sony is preparing to remove an entire studio's library from the PlayStation Store after August 23rd, according to the Ukrainian developer Turnox Games. The developer behind Stonks 9800, a stock market sim about with an 80s vibe, took to X on August 16th to reveal the news. Turnox Games stated, without any reason, their contract with Sony was unilaterally terminated, and all of their games will be pulled soon. And now, Stonks 9800, which has been in Steam Early Access since July 2023 and has an overwhelmingly positive rating on the platform, will no longer make its way to PS5 as a result of this termination. So, it's not just shovelware either. This is a game with an overwhelmingly positive rating, which does beg to question, why is Sony doing this? They're adding fuel to the fire after all the backlash from Sony's choice to go all digital. Turnox Games took to X and wrote, Stonks 9800 will not be coming to PS5. Sony at PlayStation unilaterally terminated my PlayStation developer and publisher agreement without giving me any reason. My existing games are scheduled to be removed from PlayStation Store after August 23rd. In a follow-up X post, Turnox Games said PlayStation support refused to listen to my arguments or even respond to my emails in any way. As a result, Stonks 9800 is no longer launching on PlayStation 5, and they will no longer be able to self-publish on PlayStation. 13 games, some of which Turnox Games published, will be pulled after August 23rd. I had hoped to release the PS5 version in 2027 and make a physical disc edition while that was still possible, the studio continued. Sadly, that will not happen. I'll do my best to create a physical edition for PC and Switch. I'm really sorry that this happened, and that I have failed the developers whose games I have published. But there's nothing I can do about it now, unfortunately. I still have a tiny bit of hope that this decision will be reconsidered, so please share this message if you can. It's unclear why this is happening since Turnox Games' title doesn't appear to fall under the shovelware category. However, due to Sony's stricter guidelines on shovelware and the company's intent to remove as many of these games as possible, some online have suggested that Turnox Games got caught in the crossfire. Sony have been in hot water lately, especially following their announcement that the company plans to stop producing physical PlayStation discs in January 2028. Under just about every post and video the company puts out are comments from netizens decrying Sony's decision. It comes to the point where over 220,000 people have signed a petition urging the company to change its mind. Whether they will revoke the decision is still anyone's guess. We'll have to wait and see what Sony's verdict is, if there is a verdict at all. It could all be falling on deaf ears at this point in time. Onto something a bit more positive, we have found out what Steam's next free game will be, and if you're a fan of Pokemon, this may be for you. An indie game dev gave an early alert, letting us know we can wishlist Steam's free next game to keep, which is a Pokemon-inspired RPG called Dokimon Quest. It's usually possible to find out about upcoming free releases with SteamDB, but the developer decided to give everyone a heads up this time. The game will be available for free on August 24th, with a 48-hour window in which it will remain free for. So you have until the 26th to pick it up if you're interested. As the name implies, Dokimon Quest looks a lot like Pokemon games from the Game Boy Color era, and is indeed categorized as a turn-based monster-taming role-playing game. Dokimon Quest features over 140 monsters, some of which might remind players of iconic Pokemon like Eevee. The game also includes rare versions of some monsters, comparable to the shiny, legendary, and other rare catches in the Pokemon series. The similarities between Dokimon Quest and Pokemon don't end there either. According to Yanako RPGs, players can also battle other rangers and capture their bonded monsters, which should be a familiar mechanic for fans of Nintendo's Pocket Monsters. For those interested in Pokemon-like games with a rich story, Dokimon Quest offers 15 to 20 hours of scripted content. After completing the main campaign, players can keep exploring the world in search of rare monsters or fight other rangers to collect the strongest creatures. The game also offers visual customization options, including different retro color palettes that change how the world looks and feels. Dokkan Quest has also earned a mostly positive average user review score on Steam, giving fans of the genre another good reason to keep an eye on its upcoming promotion. Pokemon fans are sure eating good lately with the recent decompiled PC ports of Red, Blue, and Yellow version. I've personally been spending some time in Yellow, and have to say it looks and plays great. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for stopping by. I'd love to hear what games you're playing or anything interesting in the gaming space you'd want to talk about in the comments below. Will you be picking up Dokkan Quest? And a like and subscribe goes a long way. Bye for now. Thanks for stopping by, and keep on gaming.